Hello everyone, and surprise, surprise! This is kind of a thing I thought about, and I was talking about it in one of my Fate Tactics movies videos. I'm thinking about doing a side project, side LPs or sub LPs, or how do you want to call them. I'm thinking that they will not be a regular series. It will come out every 2 days, every 3 days, how I'm free. They definitely won't take precedence before the main LP that I'm doing. And I am actually doing them because, like I said when I began my first video on this channel, I do have a lot of problems with articulating what I think about and, well, talking in general. And it does cause some problems, both in professional life and in life in general. So yeah, so that is to help me, and I think it kind of works. I'm really good now at talking after those episodes of Fate Tactics, and I thought that a good thing would be to go with a Metroidvania game because first and foremost, I really love RPG games, but the second thing that I love in games are Metroidvania games, especially Castlevania series, and boy, I actually played a lot of them. There are some that I really like the Symphony of the Night on PSX. So yeah, that was a really great game. I spent hours on it, really hours. Also, the Game Boy Advance ones were phenomenal, so yeah, you can check those out if you like Castlevania games. Other than that, those kind of games, from what I played, both Castlevanias, both Metroidvania games like Hollow Knight and such and so on and so forth, have some things in common with them. And I'll try to talk about that, and you will see me doing those things a lot. So, first things first, I will definitely keep striking walls. I'll just go walking on walls from left to right, because if you played Metroidvania games, especially Castlevania ones, you know that there are a lot of hidden walls or fake walls. And after you hit that sort of a wall, it actually just disappears most of the time or cracks, and we've got a really useful item out of that. From what I remember, in most cases those were status boosting items like MP, HP boosting items or rare equipment, depending on the game. And as far as equipment goes, we have our first item, the Bellflower. So I guess that's a heal. Definitely will come in useful. And now we're striking a beat with a club. Yeah, well, I guess. So that's pretty cool. And we can fire bows, actually. I don't know how useful would be that charge attack. It charges for long, and I don't and I don't see it being that useful. Well, guess we'll see. Also, what was I talking about? Yeah, about Metroidvania games in general. So yeah. Oh, like this here. We definitely want to hit it, because you see the arrows in the wall, and it's a shiny thing. So there are definitely familiar tropes in all those kind of games, like invisible enemies, or enemies that pop up behind your back, and familiar places like castles, gardens, libraries, you name it. I've actually experienced that those kind of games use those tropes and places a lot. So, other than the boss mechanics or bosses themselves and enemies and the particular fighting style, these games are quite easy to get used to, like you can see. And you also saw me picking the keyboard controls, which is not very optimal, to be honest, but I do have a reason for that. It's kind of a wacky reason, to be honest. I mainly play controller type games like this one. I think that Metroidvania games are best played with a controller on my laptop with my trusty old, let me check if I can just go down. No, I can't. back to what was I saying. I played those games with my trusty old DualShock 3 controller because, yeah, I really like the feel of the DualShock 3 controller, even those puppy nose analog sticks, which are great. But I recently upgraded my laptop. I bought a new one, and it came with Windows 10, and it doesn't like my DualShock controller very much. So I just can't get it to work. I tried that cross-input program and so on and so forth. It recognizes the DualShock. It actually uses that, it masks its input, and after about 5 seconds it stops working. Oh, and see? It's actually useful. All that striking on the walls actually got us something. That's pretty nice. So yeah, back to what was I saying, and I can use my DualShock with this one. I tried my DualShock 4 and it didn't work also, so it's not a controller issue, but I was actually playing around with the DualShock 4 a little because Windows 10 does recognize it, but I can't use it in this game, so I was toying around and I actually found that it can be useful without any playing around in Steam and in Steam games, and that because Steam actually gives some sort of a driver or a driver sort of thing, and it maps the input and recognizes the pad by itself. So yeah, also that's a chunky boy. Die please. Come on. Yeah, crap. The roll was too not slow, but the range on the roll wasn't that good. So I got hit, and we have an Astral Charm. Okay. We need to see what it does. So yeah, the DualShock 4 basically works on the Steam because of what Steam provides. And I was reading around, and basically, yeah, that's how it works. Steam provides something that makes it happen, and the developers don't need to actually code it in. But what some developers do, if I read correctly, and as for GOG, because this is on the platform that I have Momodora on, actually doesn't. And the controller support is in the developer's mind to actually implement. Also, let's see the Astral Charm. Okay, nice. So, I was reading around on message boards, and yeah, GOG works like that, the developer has to provide support for the controller, not GOG itself. And so, you know, Momodora has controller support, but it's an Xbox only controller support, as we can see by the prompts in the menu. So I guess it just doesn't recognize the PS ones, because I tried both the DualShock 3 and the DualShock 4, and well, no go. Then, you know, it is kind of plausible from what I read that it could work like that Steam provides an overlay with bonus things. And what are you? You're creepy. Off. Get out. Get off. Okay. So yeah, it's kind of plausible, you know. Steam provides that overlay with a lot of options, a lot of user built-in things like discussions, boards, social tabs, and such on and so forth. And GOG doesn't. Well, it does provide a storefront and some messages, message boards, and so on, but I guess they didn't focus on those kind of things like controller support and so on. Well, they do provide you with DOS boxes for older games, which is very nice. They didn't need to, you know, but to actually do a complete sort of how am I supposed to say it? Complete in a way that you get a complete product bought from a store that is usable out of the bat. They provide support in the form of a DOS box for some games. So I guess that is okay, but that built-in controller support that Steam has, it's a pretty substantial thing. That is, if I did read it right. But I did read that, I remember, some years backwards, that I read that Steam provides such a thing, and that the developers are helped in that way. So yeah, I guess it's plausible. And I did in fact check, and the DualShock 4 works on Steam, so that's enough evidence for me. I wasn't that into the what caused it and what not, so I didn't check if that information that I read is 100% true, but that's just the long story about it. Short version is, DualShock doesn't work. I'm gonna play with a keyboard and this is going to be clunky. And I will probably die a lot. Yeah. Even, this is, well, we're what, 10 minutes in? 11, 12? And I did actually miss some inputs and forgot some buttons. So yeah, that's the minus of the keyboard. But I hope it won't be that bad. Also, what kind of maples do actually grow in this world? Jeez. That thing slashes better than a sword does. That was a really light heal, if I could say so. So I guess those bellflowers aren't something that I can depend on. So we need to try our best here. So far, so good. Okay, I wonder if I can roll over I can't do my dodge roll to get there. I wonder if there's a slide, like in Castlevania's. Probably should be. Oh, does this mean Yep. Boss time, everyone. An arthropod demon Idea. Okay, so we definitely don't want to get in that poison mist. It's the same thing as those grenade-like stuff that the fairies throw. Try to get this. Okay, so as you can see, when we're hitting the body, it doesn't do any damage. So we need to strike the torso, the upper torso, the humanoid one. Well, our bow doesn't do that low damage, but it is a difference when you compare to the leaf attack. I will try to hit her in melee more. Let's see. Okay, she's pushing us to the wall, and we have poison fumes here, so we don't want to stand. Crap. I thought I would actually be quicker, but I guess, well, oh, and she's done. Do we get something out of it? Come on, I can't move. Come on. Oh. Okay. And we didn't get anything? That's cheap. Come on, game. Give me something. This was a boss. Oh, and here we have, what was his name from Underworld? Sans. Yeah, Sans was it. Sup, man? You've came a long way. Where is your cool background music? I did mention it. A ghastly presence. Ooh, scary. Also, I really love the aesthetic of this game. It's really great and it looks beautiful. I have a soft spot for pixel art games, you know. Makes me feel young again. Remember the old NES days and SNES and so forth, so on and so forth. Sup? Yep. Guess. Oh, so we have our first vendor. Oh, there's something pricey here. So I think I'm going to save up, and we'll see what the Ring of Candor does. Okay, that didn't look bad. So come on, give me more money. Of course it doesn't open from this side. It's a Metroidvania game. You're drooling. Bad dog. No, I'm just joking. All of them are good boys. Don't hit your dog with leaves. So, let's get going, shall we? I don't know if this is irritable or not. I will hit those walls a lot, like I said, but you know, I kinda don't wanna miss those items. And I didn't see that the walls here had any visual indication, at least not the one in the caves, because the newer Metroidvania games sometimes give you a visual indication, like a cracked wall or something other than that. I think Blasphemous did something about it, that you saw that something was not right with the wall. Or maybe I'm misremembering because I played it quite a while ago. I think a year ago. And wow, that's a surprise. I guess we can go all destroying those crates all willy-nilly, because we can be surprised by a dog, like we saw now. Oh. Okay. And another one. Crap. Those things hurt. And are semi-homing? That sucks. Oh, okay, this sort of area. I know what... Yeah. I know that gimmick when I saw this area. Because every room or library type of area in those Metroidvania games, they had that in Symphony of the Night. They had that in... what did I play? That came from IGA on the Steam. It was a Return to Castlevania Roots. About a woman, Miriam, that she used enemy abilities, souls. I can't remember the name right now, but the same area was in that game, and the same type of enemies were that they actually ambush you from the back and attack you like this. So, yeah, viewers, that is what I was talking about those Metroidvania tropes. You gotta make notes of those kind of things, because they will repeat themselves in those type of games. But the type of enemies differ from the games. Usually when we got those ambush types, there are quick and melee range backstabbers, but these guys throw some exploding stuff on us, so yeah. Also, I can't seem to remember the name of that game. There were two entries in the series, and the first one there was pixelated graphics, and Miriam wasn't there. I think there were a couple of main characters in it. We had a party and you could swap, and in the second one there was Miriam, and she was a main character. I have it on the back of my tongue, and I can't seem to remember it. I guess I need to keep that for the next episode, because I don't see myself remembering it in this one. Also, we're quite close to that ring. I think I'll do one loop around and see if I can actually get enough money for it. And you know, this is bugging me, you know. I can't remember the name. It had something with blood in its name, Ritual of Blood, something of the moon. I can't seem to remember. Jeez. And I did platinum it on Steam, and I can't seem to remember it. Strange thing. And I can't pick up my phone or check my browser now. I'll get back to you in the comments or in this video, or in the description on YouTube. I will check it, because it will be bothering me, and I can't leave it alone like this. Definitely not. The main fun thing about those types of games are actually the exploring of the castle and bosses. The bosses are really really well crafted, you know, in these types of games. But in the newer ones, I definitely like the mechanics that they implement. Like one of those Game Boy Advance parts of Castlevania, we have we acquired souls, and souls gave us abilities, and we have slots for active abilities, passive abilities, and a third one. That was sort of a key abilities or that allowed us to do something on maps. Like moving through obstacles or doing something. And I think the main character was Soma, if I remember correctly. I don't remember that, what was the name of that part. Because they do have wacky names, some Castlevanias. So that was really cool. That was a really cool game. There's also one where the character used magic and they have cards and you could combine those cards and do different kinds of magic. That was a great one also. Spent many hours on those two. And we have enough of money to buy the ring. So let's see. Ring of Candor. Emits a sound when near secrecy. Yeah, that could be useful. So I guess that's our visual indicator. This one is a sound indicator, an audio indicator. Oh, this could be useful for a boss battle. So yeah, I'm thinking that this should be right about enough for the first part. So I hope you guys like my idea with the sub LP and aren't bothered with that it won't come out every day. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Take care everyone, and bye bye.